Okay, right now I'm in, I'm in a lava field, a pretty fresh lava field close to Grindavík, the home I needed to evacuate with my family, and hoping to get back one of these days. But now I want to make these videos a little bit more personal by adding myself into them. I've been a little shy about showing myself for some reason and replacing my face with AI. But now I plan to record a little video ahead of time and then show you a little AI video afterwards. Over the past few months I've been publishing videos with the help of AI, based on journal entries I wrote a long time ago. Now I want to change things a little. I want to read a short introduction myself and then let a video follow the entry, made with the help of AI. I have learned a lot through this process and I am still learning. I plan to keep on publishing one video each week. And the title of this entry, this journal entry, is "How often do I doubt things that others take for granted?" In a time of Google and easy access to information, it feels natural to doubt. It can be good to listen to people who know the subject well, but it is often also wise to check things for yourself. It is easy to follow other people's advice blindly, but we also have tools that allow us to examine things on our own terms. I've noticed that I doubt more quickly than I used to. That is not always a good thing. There is something good about being able to trust people. You do not want to live in a way where everything is questioned. But when it comes to information, I want it to be correct, or at least as trustworthy as possible, so that I can make better decisions. That is why doubt matters. It can protect us from believing just anything or accepting explanations that do not hold up when we look more closely. But doubt is not enough on its own. It is also possible to doubt for the wrong reasons and become blind to your own biases. As in so many things, we need to find balance. Too much doubt is just as dangerous as too little. Doubt is a virtue only if it helps us move closer to the truth with greater honesty. If it turns into automatic suspicion, it stops being clear thinking and becomes another kind of blindness. So maybe this is not really about choosing either trust or doubt. Maybe it is about learning how to doubt in the right way without losing the ability to trust. So, before we end, I'll show you a little bit of the surroundings. This is just how it is. Lava and lava and lava. And over there you can see the mountain Thorbjörn, the symbol of Grindavík. So, thank you. See you later.
Look at this pendulum. On one side, we blindly accept everything we read online. On the other, we assume everything is a lie. In an environment where endless information is immediately accessible, bouncing between these two extremes is exhausting, and it leaves us highly vulnerable. To stop swinging, we need a system. Today, we are going to build a 4-step daily information filter. We will take raw, uncertain data and systematically process it until we reach a solid, evidence-based conclusion. Step 1 is gathering your materials. Open a blank document, pull up a web browser, and select one specific questionable claim you encountered today. A rigid framework allows us to replace reflexive reactions with a repeatable method for testing claims. This structure ensures your investigation remains on track, even when the data volume is overwhelming. This setup is your baseline. At the top of your document, write down the exact claim you chose, and right next to it, record where it came from. We are wired to drop our guard when a source looks professional. A clean layout or an authoritative tone makes it incredibly easy to follow advice blindly without asking questions. To fix this, we have to manually adjust our default state. This diagram shows our trust doubt slider. We need to move the marker away from blind trust on the left and park it right in the middle, healthy skepticism. Now we run the quick guide, starting with an exact query. Take the core of your claim, type it into the browser, and add the words fact check. This immediately isolates independent reviews. Next, check the author. Compare their listed credentials directly against the topic they are writing about. A brilliant software engineer is not automatically a reliable source for medical advice. Finally, find backup. You need to locate two completely separate sources that verify the exact same data points. If the claim only exists on a single website, you drop it. Set a timer for 10 minutes. If you cannot find two independent sources in that window, stop searching. This prevents you from falling into an endless research loop. It is perfectly fine to listen to people who know the subject well, but taking the few minutes to use your own tools builds a far stronger foundation for your decisions than relying solely on someone else's reputation. External research is only half the process. Now we have to run a bias audit to check our internal filters. The primary failure point in fact-checking is confirmation bias. You can easily doubt for the wrong reasons, simply because you want a specific answer. Go back to your document. Underneath your research, explicitly write down the outcome you want. Seeing it on paper forces you to acknowledge your own preference. Logical inquiry follows the data wherever it leads. Emotionally motivated doubt only attacks the data that challenges your worldview. When your independent research proves your desired outcome wrong, it causes cognitive discomfort. Your brain will instinctively try to reject the valid data to protect your preference. If you let that discomfort win, you neutralize the fact-checking process. Skepticism driven by internal prejudice rather than external data results in a state of intellectual blindness. Take a hard look at the data you compiled. Ask yourself, are you resisting solid evidence? Watch the diagram. If we let our doubt run unchecked, we enter the red zone. This is automatic suspicion. In this state, doubt functions as a solid wall. It deflects incoming data points regardless of their validity, resulting in a state of intellectual blindness. We have to return to the center. This is virtuous doubt. It acts as a filter, allowing us to move closer to the truth with greater honesty, keeping the facts while discarding the anomalies. To maintain this balance, use a hard stop rule. If you find 3 independent sources corroborating a claim, you must force yourself to accept the data over your gut feeling. Excessive doubt is functionally identical to blind trust. Both extremes strip away your agency, leaving you unable to make informed choices. Now synthesize your external research and your internal bias audit. Write down your final, verified opinion at the bottom of your worksheet. This is what it looks like to succeed. You have successfully navigated the hostile middle ground, avoiding the pitfalls of both gullibility and paranoia. Applying structured doubt preserves your ability to engage with the world. It's about learning how to doubt in the right way, without losing the ability to trust. By utilizing this exact 4-step checklist daily, you can isolate false information on your own terms, protecting your decisions while keeping actionable trust intact.